Good morning. Nice to be here. Nice to be participating in heaven on earth. Can be, if one thinks of it in this way. And since we're here in the first place, living out our lifetimes, pursuing our moment-by-moment existence, the more that we can look upon our time here as an honor, as a privilege, as a gift, something to be appreciated, something to have a sense of gratitude for, the better. The more we say thank you with sincerity and understanding, then the greater depth one has in their life, because one will be curious and investigate different facets and intricacies of one's being to more detail. Oh, I like that. Rather than shunning something and not wanting to think about it or investigate it or to understand it more. There's a choice being made in every moment of every unique human being's life. This is what we have. When someone says here, be here now, what are they saying? Be here now. I am a bundle of miracles. But when the first part of that phrase, I am here now, means what? It means one's consciousness is focused, with an emphasis on the word focused, on being relevant to one's own understanding of what's occurring in this moment now, concentrating, prioritizing. This means that we're ready to move on. This is a starting point. The key is in the ignition. All our facilities begin to raise. The engine begins to roar. The wheels begin to turn. Our appendages, head, arms, and legs begin to move, to have some sense of ambulation. We're thinking. We're not laying down sleeping. We're not unconscious. We're aware. Mindful meditation is this. I am here now. A bundle of miracles. A bundle of miracles speaks for itself, but it's a recognition of what this is. It's not just saying the words. Saying the words alone are not as meaningful and as important as to feel the words as you say them, as one enunciates each word. A bundle of miracles. It's potent, done in this way. This is one's goal, to be full of a sense of gratitude and humility, wonder at being alive on this world, this heaven of existence, making the most of what we have, of what we can, of what we can become. Utilizing, maybe we're beginning to grasp for straws, utilizing the 5 W's and the 1 H from Thomas Wilson, the famous rhetorician from 1560, who enunciated these what, when, and where, why, and who, and how, as questions to seek out answers for, in one's determination and better understanding, in one satisfying one's curiosity about any particular subject matter. Can be you, or me, or us, humanity, evolution, DNA. Everything is tied together. That's also why we begin our meditation with a sense of physicality, coming into a comfortable posture, undisturbed. We've just asked ourselves to do a couple of different physiological things. You don't need much more than that. A sense of acquiring virtues because we want to improve ourselves. It's as simple as this. Something I wrote the other day. It is through practice one begins to see more clearly. One begins to see the nuances of what we are doing. This is a further sign of one's development, self-illumination. To catch oneself, to become aware of some kind of extraneous insertion of thought that kind of comes from upwelling from one's interior, one's soul, one's DNA, one's composite being, and just pops up, and you go, oh. Sometimes we're receptive to these kinds of things, at least to consider them and see what's being characterized to us. Sometimes we're not. The more aware, the more sensitive. Practice equates to sensitivity. One is more receptive. What was that? And making an opportunity out of something that could have just as easily been shirked off or ignored is the difference in the long run of learning. Because we learn by our experience. We make mistakes every day. Is it a learning mistake or is it a frustration mistake? Which is it? Why? Where? When? Who? How? This is taking little steps one at a time. People, the most important thing any person can do is practice every day, regularly, and then through one's day, regularly, not being afraid to just spend a few moments, a few seconds to refresh oneself. It's a battery. Think of yourself as a battery and you need to recharge it. How do you want to recharge your battery? In God's presence? Or do you want to just allow yourself to be run down and just be tired or irritable? Or recharging oneself always be a benefit. You can't do too much of positive thinking, done with a sense of realism and authenticity. No one's saying to just say yes, 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 yes. No, because you can't. Things don't always go our way. Ideas postulated are not always good. There is a time to say yes, and there is a time to say no. And there may also be a time to say maybe. One's common sense is very important. If one doesn't feel they have a lot of common sense, this is what we're doing. We're learning by our practice, which we're doing all day, to recognize every event that occurs to us while we're aware, in quotes, with an aware analysis, with a breadth of perspective wider than what we might usually assume we have, what we share with the world, with ourselves, with our family and friends and companions and associates. How do we want to proceed in our daily activities? How much do we want to learn? What do we want to become? What are our goals? These all are crucial questions for one to ask, ascertain. You can be flexible with them. They can change. Maybe you have some short-term goals and you're accomplishing them, or maybe for some reason you change them for good reasons. Maybe you're trying to do too much, or maybe it's too little and you're overcoming them easily, and that's great because you're getting all this reinforcement. Goals change. Remember, we want to be kind to ourselves. We want to be flexible. We want to be adaptive. We want to be understanding, not only for ourselves, but for everyone, everything. It's not that what we're thinking is the absolute truth. It is our truth. And our truths are made from our DNA and the millions of generations of creation that have transpired to make each individual you or me. So it's our truth that we're viewing the world from, our perspective. We need to be understanding of this. Compassion, empathy. No two people are going to have the same perspective. What you think is what you think. Communication is when you understand what the other person is thinking and communicate what you're wanting to communicate in a way that they can understand what you're saying or thinking. I just had a letdown like that myself. And this is a reaction to be disappointed, to begin to be judgmental. And then I'm saying to myself, whoa, stop. Calm down. Where is your sense of perspective? Where is your common sense? Don't blame someone else. It's just as much your fault if there was a loss of communication about something. How can you improve this? How can you make this a lesson learned? You are improving your probabilities of guiding yourself towards your goals, your aspirations in a more successful way. This is the difference between being thoughtful and being mindful and relying on your past where you didn't utilize these tools. Dispelling the emotions, dispelling the superficiality and the ego for a greater perspective and virtuosity. This is the difference. Thinking about these things while having a wonderful, wonderful day. The minute the music goes on from here, enjoy it and think about these discussions we're having today. Namaste.